Good morning. Welcome to another episode, actually, episode one in an ongoing, never ending series I might call Adventures and Misadventures in Church. Today's episode, Adventures in Palm Cross Making. Stay tuned, kids, it's going to get wild. Maybe not wild. So here we are in Trinity, at Trinity Church, but St. Helens Hall particularly, almost all ready for Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday is this coming Sunday. A couple of things to just give you a heads up on. First of all, we had some really fun elements in the can, as it were, already for Sunday. Last Sunday afternoon, we invited children to come with their families, being very carefully distanced outdoors, and make a party of things. So they have they carry branches that we blessed at that gathering and we'll make available for you this weekend. We blessed it and they have a parade. And that's how we're kicking things off for Palm Sunday this year, with a parade. And who doesn't love a parade? So that'll be great fun just to get things started this Sunday. And there's another bit that we've done that it's a little creative, I hope, and I hope you'll find it helpful. So that's what's going on. But the point there is the palm branches are blessed and they're ready for you. So come by Trinity and pick them up. I don't know that they're literally outdoors at 9:20 in the morning on Friday, but they'll be available later to you this morning. Actually, if you were to stop by, Jan could probably open the door wide enough to give you some palm branches right now. But they'll be in buckets outside the front door, the red doors at Trinity, as well as the office doors that you're used to coming and going on through during the week. So come and get your palm branches. Get a handful. I rather suspect that we'll have a lot of palm branches left after this weekend. That'll be set aside and burned next year on Shrove Tuesday. Looking forward to that. So, okay, palm branches. First of all, this is the real point of this this is an instructional video. So I want to show you how to make palm branches on your own. There are a few items you're going to need. Well, actually, there's only one item you need. The one item you need is a palm branch. I suppose you could actually make palm branches or cross branches out of something else, but we call them palm cross branches for a reason. So palm crosses are made with palm branches, and again, we have plenty of those available for you. That's the only thing you really need. You could figure out how to make this into a cross, I suppose, if you had to on your own, but I suspect you'd like a little bit of help. So the second thing I'm going to tell you that you probably need will be instructions. Every year it's a bit of a challenge how to remember how to make these because we only make them once a year and it's just a little bit intricate, so we tend to forget. We have instructions. They'll be available to you through the email that Jan sends out a little bit later today. So you can download those, print them out if you want. I'll also, I think, make them available through our Facebook group along with sharing this video there as well. So just to know that there are going to be some resources available to you to help. That's it. That's all you need. Well, some people think you need a pair of scissors, but then some people are tidier than I am. I tend to just do free-form crosses and leave the ragged edges hanging, but some people like to trim things up nicely. So if you want to trim things up nicely on your end, get a pair of scissors. So branches, instructions, a pair of scissors, that's all. Well, one more thing you need, patience. It's a little bit of trial and error, especially in my experience, the first time you make a palm branch after having not made it for a year, or maybe 2 years, or maybe ever. There's some trial and error that's involved, so I encourage you to take some time with yourself. Take extra branches, give it a few tries before you think you've got it right. So, palm branches have been kept fresh in the refrigerator here for quite a while, so they should be pliable. That's the point. If you get a palm branch now and you leave it for a week, you won't be able to do this a week later because it's going to be breaking on you. It gets dried out. So So catch them when they're still a little bit green and not quite dried out. So if they do this, you probably have a palm branch you can make into a palm cross. Okay, as I say, some people like to do fairly delicate things. There are variations, as I mentioned, but I'm going to give you the standard one. If you know others, you go ahead and do your own thing. I think it's Faye Sharp, who at some previous years of gathering here to make palm crosses with the Altar Guild, as we've done in years past, I think it's Faye Sharp who has a lovely, elegant design. I don't have an elegant design. I have a serviceable design, and that's what I'm using. Okay, so here we are. Take a long palm branch. By rights, I probably should have you looking over my shoulder, but I'm not going to do that. So you're going to have to figure this out. Take a long palm branch, and the first step. Well, again, this is a difference of opinion. Some people say if it's folded over like this, and most of them come that way, you should separate it into parts so you only have a very simple one branch. Okay, now that I've done that, take it, and the first thing you do is you fold it up at a right angle, and you crease it right there. You see how severely I've creased it there. So you crease it like that, and then you fold it right back down again, and right back up again, so that's what you have, is this nice backwards L shape. Then bring the left strip forward and fold it over towards the right. Okay. Now this is the first time I've done it in a year, so let me see if I've got it right. I think I'm going to turn this around and pull the end here through a little hole I can see through the back of it. And I'm going to pull it tight. So now I've got another L, you'll see here. I'm going to bring this strip forward. I'm going to forward. Can I do that forward? I don't think I can. I'm going to pull it backwards. See? I have instructions, but I don't necessarily follow them. Now you see I have the beginnings of a palm cross there, don't I? And now I'm going to do something with this one to complete the play. Actually, I'm going to make that one just a little bit smaller. I'm going to just tidy it up my way, and that is to fold this piece back in like that. Now you see what I've got is, in fact, cross pieces there. And then I need to finish it up. And the way I finish it up is simply to take that loose end, and this is why some people use scissors. I got a tiny little filament here, but it works. I pull it through there, and voila, I have a palm cross. Now again, you might want to leave it hanging here, a nice long thing like that, or you might prefer, as I know some people do, to just tidy it up. I wonder if I could fold it back in again. I bet I could. Nah, I'll just tidy it up by snipping off the end. And there you have it, a palm cross. Once you get the hang of it, you get yourself into a rhythm and you can do some things rather nice. Now I showed you a fairly delicate one, a fairly small one. I know some people really prefer. I'm going to hold it against my red shirt. See, I'm all red for Pentecost, or not Pentecost, well, Pentecost, but no, I'm red for Holy Week, Palm Sunday. So you can see, there it is, a fairly delicate one. And that's what many people prefer. It's a matter of preference. It's not right or wrong. Now here what I have is another palm branch. This is obviously a thicker one. And also you'll want to see that I'm going to take it, or I'm not going to split it. You see, again, the palm branches tend to come like this in one pair, and you sort of pull down the edge. I rather enjoy doing something a bit stiffer than the thin, delicate one. So I want to take this, it's the same process, whatever size. I'm going to take it, I'm going to go up, I'm going to go down. It is harder to work with, I'll give you that. I'm going to go back up again. So, And you got to manipulate things just a little bit differently here because it doesn't really want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to fold this one over. And I'm going to, and again, this is where it gets hard because I don't have a very big gap. This is why patience is required and trial and error. I don't think this one's going to work. Here I am being so self-assured, as if I know what I'm doing. I'm going to create a little bit of a bigger gap here, anticipating the need for a hole. Then I'm going to go back again, and what a mess I have. I have made myself a mess. That's why I call it adventures in palm cross making. But trial and error and patience and perseverance shall see us through to the end. Maybe there's a life lesson in there. I don't know. I don't want to make too much of that. But maybe patience, being gentle with ourselves and one another. I don't know, maybe there is something to that this season of COVID. Okay, I've managed to force it back into that position. It didn't want to go there, but I managed to force it back into that. Now I'm going to fold this back over again. Hopefully. Pulling everything through. And you can see it is starting to come together. Now I just need to do this back over again to make my cross piece. And voila, voila, voila. Again, a delicate one. Let's face it, a cruder, less sophisticated one. But crosses don't need to fit any particular model. You can do your own. You do you. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can do one more. And I'm just going to do it while I talk, which is really a reckless thing to try. Do it while I talk. Mentioned all the fun we had with kids and families last week. That was fun. Kids and families also did something for Maundy Thursday. Don't know how that's going to work for sure yet, but I'm optimistic. Bill Brisson has some raw images, possibly some videos that will get incorporated into our Maundy Thursday service. Stay tuned. Don't know, again, how that's going to really work, but that's the plan. Maundy Thursday, 6 o'clock this coming Thursday. Yeah, that's coming together nicely. 6 o'clock on Thursday is our first major liturgy after Palm Sunday for Holy Week. So join us, if you will, then. I'm going to snip that off just a little bit because it's just not quite fitting. Snip it off and then continue. So again, Maundy, Thursday, 6 o'clock, streaming, of course, as everything is these days. And then Good Friday, we have a couple things going on. Stations of the Cross at noon at Trinity. Most of what we're doing during Holy Week, as everything we're doing, is being done over here at St. Helens. The technology is here that we use for most of these things, and so rather than trying to figure out how to lug a lot of stuff back and forth, there's that reason. Also, frankly, it's just a lot easier for us to feel like the small group of people who gather can do so safely in this space. We can be more widely spread. So we're going to have most of our liturgies of Holy Week here, but the Good Friday service with the Stations of the Cross being featured around the perimeter of Trinity Sanctuary, we'll be recording and sharing over at Trinity, 12 o'clock noon on Good Friday. In the evening, we've been working together. A lot of churches in Bend have been working together to create a special ecumenical Good Friday service. It's a variation on the Tenebrae service, if you know what that is, the 7 last words of Jesus, the words in the different gospel accounts that Jesus speaks from the cross. So that's 7 p.m. More information about all of these, of course, coming out. The Great Vigil of Easter at 8 o'clock on Easter Eve on Saturday night, and then, of course, Sunday morning. A brass quintet this year. So we'll have some special music to share with you for Easter this year on Easter Sunday. So that's our schedule. And here's my last cross that I'm making this morning. Well, at least the one I'm going to do in front of a camera. So thanks very much. Take care, everybody. Be safe. May your week be holy.